Hi there, welcome to HAIM Academy. I'm Karan Raghav and we'll be learning today the fundamentals of testing in JavaScript. Why the testing is required. In this video, we'll be learning about the underlying concepts of testing and we'll be building very minimal version of Jest to understand this. So in the end, we'll know that how the testing frameworks really work under the hood. So let's start. Let's say, for example, I have a square function that is currently written as wrong. This is not a correct implementation. But let's say you want to test it. What's the first thing that you will do? You will do const actual value. The actual value, let's say I'm calculating a square of 4. Then if I calculate the square of 4, I'll just check actual value should be 60. But what's the expected value? Expected value is 60. So if actual value is not equal to expected value, let's throw some error. Let's say we say expected value this, but got the actual value. Try to run it. So we are getting error as throw new error expected value because our value is not matching because this function is incorrect. If we try to fix this function, let's say I fix this function as num into num and then try to run, there is no error. That means this is working fine. Let's say I have another function, name is multiply, and I will be passing a and b and multiplying that. Again, I want to test it. I can write actual value, let's say multiply of 4 or 5, and then expected value should be 20. Let me convert this to let quickly. Yeah. So now I'll again write this, that expected value and actual value. And if we try to run it, there is no error because this is correctly working. Let's say expected value, I say it's 19. Then it will throw an error that expected value is not equal to actual value. But we don't know which test is failing. So what we can do, let's say this we are saying for square function it is failing. This is failing for multiply. Okay, let's see how it works or not. Okay, it's saying error multiply expected 10. Got that. But anytime I want to test, I have to write this thing again and again. So can we wrap into a function? So let's write a function expect. We'll wrap this data into an expect. I'll pass an actual value and return an object out of that. Let's say I'll write a to be function. What to be function will do, it will just check actual value is not equal to expected value. It will throw me an error. And that's how what I can do. I can remove this altogether and simply say expect of an actual value is equal to expected value or not. So that means let's try it for the multiply at least. So I'll just remove it and add expect of actual value to be an expected value. And let's see if it is working right or not. Yeah, we are still getting expected 19 but got 20. Okay, how can we simplify it? We can we move this inside of this and then we'll say expected value to be 20. This is looks simple. Again, what I can say, I will remove this. That's how I can write both the function. I'll remove this as well, and let's see if it is working fine or not. Yes, this is working fine. Let's try to fail it with a 19 value, and yeah, this is failing. But still, we are not getting like which test case is failing. Is it failing multiply or is it failing something else? So along with that, we don't know where is actually failing, at what point it's failing. So what we can do is we can write a function name as test. Let's say we'll write a test. We'll pass a title and a callback, and we'll call the callback and we'll say it's passing because it's passing with its title, and or we can say it's failing if it is failing. So that's how simple we can wrap a test. Now let's write this function as, let's see, test the square function, and we'll simply say expect square of this to be 16. Similarly, we can say for the multiply, test the multiply function, and we can simply say expect of multiply 4 5 to be 20. Now this is wrapped, so I can remove this part from here, and let's see if it is working or not. Both the test cases are passing for us. So let's say I change it to a wrong number. Let's say this. So now it's clearly saying this is failing. but where it is failing, we don't know. So let's include an error as well. So failing is this, and then what I can do, I can add a console log error, and how. So now if the test case is failing, it is saying here the square function is failing. Expected was 16, but we got 6. If we try to fix this part and fix this function, then our board test case is passing. That's how you can actually write all the wrapper functions. So basically all the frameworks are using a basic fundamental of these only. So for example, let's say we'll move this expect and test to our global util. So I'm removing from there and I'm adding it to the global. So I just add it to a global file, and now I've also wrote a function to be greater than, or just to show how we can return multiple functions from the expect to be or to be greater than. So we'll come back to our file. What we can do, we can simply require this global. Now we have moved our test and expect function to the global file. So if you try to run it, it should simply run without defining the test and expect. And the same thing works with the Jest as well. So for example, I just comment this out and run the same test with the Jest file. Let's run it and see how it's working. Yeah, so it's simply saying both the test cases are passing. If you try to fail a test case, let's say I made a square to be fail and run it with the Jest. So it's now saying this expected was 16, result was 6. So basically using a library will give you more insights, but basically it's actually writing their code like this only, for how the underlying frameworks are working. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video.